Well, here we are. After months of talking about Donovan Mitchell to the New York Knicks, the dream is dead. It's not going to happen because Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I honestly saw the notification and almost started to cry a little bit because it literally hurts my stomach. Like, we have spent 90 days on this channel tracking every report, tracking every article, going and listening to podcasts and doing this and doing that and hearing from Windhorse that the trade is guaranteed to happen, hearing from Tim McMahon that there's no way it's not going to happen, from Tim Bontemp saying it's going to get done, from Shams saying it's going to get done. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report yesterday said, I cannot envision a world where Donovan Mitchell is not a New York Knick. And to all the big J's out there, and especially Tojo, you got it wrong. Go piss off. This is the official trade. And I don't even know what to make of it, honestly. 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Ochai Agbaji. Is that right? Yeah. He's not even that good to where I don't even give a damn about his name. He's some rookie scrub out of Kansas. He's not a scrub, won a national championship. But I just don't understand. How can every beat reporter that has a pulse, that covers the NBA, say that this trade is going to happen and Donovan Mitchell will be a New York Knick? And it didn't freaking happen. We can get to the Colin Sexton signing a 4-year deal for $72 million. We're just going to get the shots going because that's where this show's going to go. I need it. My heart hurts. My head hurts. And I feel like my childhood dog has just been run over. That's what this feels like. The Mitchell trade is dead. Type RIP in the chat. RIP in the chat. RIP in the chat. Because it's over. For so long, I thought we were going to hear it. 3-point goal, Donovan Mitchell. And it's not gonna frickin' happen. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm seeing some RIPs. I'm seeing some F Danny Ainge in the comments. And we got our first super chat from Peace and Love is God. It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't. He said, it's okay, bro. Time to move on from Randall. Yeah, now we're back to trading Julius frickin' Randle. The engine of this offense, Julius Randle. Oh, Coop, I am in shambles. I need you, pop the trade graphic up so people can just really understand what we missed out on.
Wow.
I don't know what to just speak because I can't.
I don't even know where to begin, man. We all thought Donovan Mitchell was going to be a New York Knick by the start of this season. As it turns out, he heads to Cleveland. I think it was the 3 unprotected first-round picks that got the deal done. And if that's something the Knicks were haggling over, I'm not a Knicks fan, but if I were, I would be pretty pissed off.
Mark Berman is reporting, quote, they thought they had Danny Ainge in Utah over a barrel. They thought they were showing him the 50 states. Thing is, he was showing us the 50 states, if you know what I'm saying. This is probably the most disappointed I've been with the New York Knicks since not making a move to get a good superstar to pair with Carmelo Anthony when you didn't include Iman Shumpert in a trade for Kyle Lowry. And that doesn't even come close to this. We had the chance to trade for a 25-year-old multi-time All-Star that has 2 50-point games in the playoffs. Someone that's been the best player on a team that's had the #1 record in the NBA. And we said, we'll go 2 unprotected picks, but we won't go 3. The New York Knicks, for the first time in 2022, since 1990, whatever year it was, re-signed a draft pick to a multi-year contract. So the first time in 30 years it's happened, and we're being stingy about trading unprotected picks. Leon Rose, you better hope you can deliver in some type of way, because James Dolan hired you to be the president of basketball operations and the face of the New York Knicks to go out and secure a superstar. And all you've done so far is able to sign your godson from the Dallas Mavericks, and you had to go through gymnastics to get it done. You hired his dad. You probably tampered. We're probably going to lose a second-round pick. And that is the only move you have made that is worth a shit so far as the leader of the New York Knicks. You were brought here to come and bring a superstar to this city. And you had Donovan Mitchell right there for the taking, and you did not get it done. We can all say, yeah, we wouldn't do this deal of 3 unprotected first-round picks. This is equivalent, I think, of Obi, Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, and 3 unprotected and 2 protected. I think that would have got the deal done. But we are so stubborn and so arrogant as the Knicks sometimes. We think the league has to abide to us. And right now, we are shit out of luck. We are going into the season with pretty much the same damn team as last year, except we swapped out Alec Burks for Jalen Brunson. I think that team can be good. But we had the opportunity to add a player coop that's not even in their prime, has played in 40 playoff games and averages 28 points and shoots 37% from 3 and 43 from the field in 40 playoff games. Talk me off the ledge, Coop, because right now I am in shambles and I don't even know what to think.
Look, Donovan Mitchell is a top 20 player in this league, and it sucks that the Knicks are missing out on him. I do still think the Knicks can be one of the top 6 teams in the East, and they can get past the play-in. Tom's coming in here to hug Marsh right now. Everyone type "aw" in the chat.
This is so F.
But
can we say the F word on here?
But
this is so F, dude.
But the Knicks are still going to have a good team. They signed RJ Barrett to the extension, right? They got Jalen Brunson in free agency. The Knicks will still be a good team in the East. Are they going to be a contender for the NBA title next year? Probably not. But they're still in a good spot, and they still have room to grow. So it's still a good time to be a Knicks fan at the moment.
It is, and I understand this isn't life or death. But you have 4 picks coming up in the 2023 draft. Where are those guys going to play minutes?
Yeah, no.
A trade has to come at some point.
You definitely want to consolidate assets. And the Knicks tried to here in this trade with Donovan Mitchell, but at the end of the day, Danny Ainge didn't like the package the Knicks were giving, and the Knicks weren't budging. So he ends up in Cleveland.
So before we get to the Super Chats, all Super Chats get on the show, and we're going to be taking a lot of shots. So get with that. Go to the trades, the Knicks trades, because I want to reflect and kind of talk about the trades the Knicks offered. So that was the Jazz deal that got it done. This offer was made by the New York Knicks last week, according to Shams Charania. Obi, Evan, and 5 first-round picks, 2 unprotected. Danny Ainge said no. Then the Knicks bounced back with this trade offer of R.J. Barrett and 2 unprotected first-round picks. And they once again said no. I all along thought this would be the trade idea that gets the trade done, but it didn't sound like the Knicks were willing to go up to 3 unprotected first-round picks. So I just don't understand. We really passed on trading Donovan Mitchell for 1 more unprotected first-round pick? That sounds... I know you want to stay available. I know you want to stay flexible going forward. But to be good in the NBA, you have to have stars and superstars on your team. And I think the Knicks only have 1 star at the moment in Jalen Brunson. I think R.J. Barrett can be a star, but man, oh man, does this one hurt. Let's run through some Super Chats. Super Chat from Joseph Chavez says the Cavs got finessed and Mitchell didn't want Cavs. The Cavs are going to be a damn good basketball team with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Mobley for the next 5, 6, 7, and Jared Allen. That is 4 players that they can build around for a long, long time. This is... Oh, my God. I feel like I have someone punching me in the stomach at the moment. Joseph, I appreciate the Super Chat. My friend, do not agree. So what's next in your opinion? The Knicks are going to run it with this squad, I think, up until the All-Star break. And then I think they are ready, You have to be. Because like Coop said it, you have to consolidate assets at some point. Because look, you have 10 players on this roster, 11 players on this roster younger than 26. You have 4 first-round picks coming up in 2023. You have 7 first-round picks over the next 3 years. There is no way on God's green earth that you can play all the kids and then draft 7 players over the next 3 years and have minutes for them. At some point, you will have to consolidate assets. Who's the next superstar that's going to become available? Because if the Knicks can't land that guy, then that is a problem. Because Leon Rose was brought to this city to bring a superstar. He didn't get it done last offseason with DeMar DeRozan or Lonzo Ball. He signed Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel, and they're all gone. This offseason, he got Jalen Brunson. Good. Kudos. But the biggest fish in the market was Donovan Mitchell, and you didn't make a trade for him because you thought, quote unquote, you had Danny Ainge over a barrel. And thing is, he's got you over a barrel, and he's showing you the 50 states because Donovan Mitchell is going to be playing in Cleveland this year. It's unbelievable. We got 1,000 people watching right now. I know not all of you guys are subscribed to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. Change it right now, because we put out videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. If you are a subscriber, type me in the comment section. I'll give you a shout out. We go live when there's breaking news. We've already been live earlier. This is the second live video of the day. Realistically, the third live video in the past 24 hours. Subscribe to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. We just crossed over 13,000 subscribers. Now we're trying to get to 14,000, and we're doing it for our guy, Anthony Mason. Hit that big red button. Let's ride. $5 super chat from Rumple Foreskin. What a name. Sexton does not fit on our team anymore, and we would lose him for nothing to unrestricted free agency next season. Let's effing go, Cavs Nation. I thought the Cavs got a steal here. They didn't want Colin Sexton back, and for him to be the best player in the deal going out, and all you had to give up was a washed-up Lauri Markkanen who can't guard anybody in the NBA, and a rookie in Ochai Agbaji and 3 unprotected picks. That is a steal of a deal for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and if you don't think so, you're just wrong. Sean Hayes, I appreciate you, bro. $10 super chat. Marshall Knicks Machine Green, keep your head up, my boy. We still got our assets. We still got picks. And Leon Rose didn't get roofied by DA. The Cavs did. We didn't. We'll be okay. The Knicks are the biggest loser of this trade, and they weren't even involved. That was a steal of a deal by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't understand how someone can say they're getting fleeced, Coop.
They did not get fleeced.
They fleeced the Jazz,
yes.
In my opinion. They got to keep their best player in Darius Garland. They got to keep their second best player in Mobley. They got to keep their third best player in Jared Allen. And now they're going to have a foursome of great players that are all under 25 years old.
They were going to get rid of Colin Sexton this offseason.
He was gone.
He was gone.
There was talks about the Mavs. There was talks about other teams.
They flip him into Donovan Mitchell. That's very impressive on their part.
Shout out to them. Kay sings, hindsight is a beautiful thing, youth movement. There is no such thing as a youth movement. Please stop saying that, because the New York Knicks did not get the picks that they got for a youth movement. They did not hire Leon Rose as the face of their franchise for a youth movement. We can say that, but that's not the deal. That's not what's going on. Please stop saying that. You didn't hire an agent to build through the youth. That makes absolutely no sense. They got Leon Rose to land a superstar, and they had a chance with Donovan Mitchell, and we got too arrogant. Another super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Cavs won this deal. Those Cavs picks are trash. 100%. The Cavs are clear winners of this trade. Clear winners. I think the Cavs can compete in the East now. And they will be for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Coop, I'm being emotional. I understand it. And you can be the guy that keeps me sober. The Cavs won this trade by far, and they are going to be a team to be reckoned with in the East for a while.
Yeah, the Cavs are going to be a force, man, especially if they end up getting LeBron back at the twilight of his career. I think the Cavs will be competing in the East for years to come, especially with this trade now with that core. It's a very young core. Donovan Mitchell's the oldest of that core at 25. So they're going to be around for a while, and it's pretty impressive what they did. They made out pretty well here in this Donovan Mitchell trade, no doubt.
Darius Garland tweeted out 10 in Spida, and Donovan Mitchell quote tweeted it with an exclamation mark. So, yeah, I think he's pretty pumped up to go play with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. I know nobody goes to Cleveland for vacation. Shout out to Joakim Noah. But this is a sad, sad day to be a fan of the New York Knicks. Anton, my guy. Marsh, relax. We good. We can make moves. What move's on the table? What move is on the table? Anton, I understand maybe I'm being a little dramatic here, but this was a chance to rewrite the future of the New York Knicks. Shout out to Sean, another super chat. He says, wait, okay, I typed that before I saw what the deal was. That sounds like Danny Ainge just did it to spite Leon Rose. I don't know if he did that, but I do believe that he got up to a point where he was like, I'm not waiting anymore. I am not doing this back and forth because like we said, Leon Rose did not want to go into training camp. Not Leon Rose, Danny Ainge did not want to go into training camp with Donovan Mitchell on the roster. I told you guys that time and time again. And we're a couple weeks away from training camp. The Knicks made a deadline on Monday. It went past. And Danny Ainge said, you know what? These guys are playing with their food. I'm going to go to someone that's hungry. And he called up the Cavs and said, give me your best offer. If I like it, I'll accept it right now. And now Donovan Mitchell is on his way to Cleveland and laughing at the New York Knicks. We're going to do a mailbag. Get hashtag Knicks ready. No. Because we did 2 mailbags last night and they're all effed. So, yeah, we're going to do a mailbag. Do the comments first because sometimes it won't work if you do the comments later. Like set up the comments. Oh, you did? Okay, we're going to do a mailbag here in a little bit. If you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything, if you just want to voice your frustrations onto the screen, hashtag Knicks. Go in the comment section and use hashtag Knicks when you ask a question. We'll do a mailbag. First, we're going to break down this trade. Oh, T. Williams said we're good. We didn't get fleeced. Yeah, but we also didn't get Donovan Mitchell. You guys got to stop with this. We didn't get fleeced. Scared money don't make money. That's how I was raised. Scared money don't make money. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to get into a mailbag here in about 10, 15 minutes. Hashtag Knicks or Super Chat. Every Super Chat will get up on screen. If you have a question, use hashtag Knicks. We'll talk about it in the mailbag. I want to hear from you guys. I know some of you guys are happy this didn't happen. Some are mad. Some thinks we didn't get fleeced. But the matter of the situation is Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We have a mailbag coming up, but let's break down this trade right now. I usually start these shows with a smile on my face, but I just can't do it today because I am upset. I am a broken man, and I am in shambles. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and you probably already heard it by now, but Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Coming out of nowhere. We all for a long time heard there was other teams. We didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. And what do you know? Danny Ainge says, Leon Rose, you're playing with your food. I'm going to go to a team that's hungry and wants a superstar. And that is the Cleveland frickin' Cavaliers. The Jazz will receive Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, the rookie Ochai Agbaji, an unprotected pick in 2025, an unprotected pick in 2027, an unprotected pick in 2029, and 2 first-round pick swaps. If you can't tell, I'm in shambles a little bit. Also, Colin Sexton will be signing a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Utah Jazz. So let's break it down like this. The Jazz were never bringing back Colin Sexton. The Cavs. They didn't want him back. And they were able to flip him with Lauri Markkanen and Ochai Agbaji and 3 unprotected for Donovan Mitchell. And we were sitting on our hands about, I don't want to trade a 3rd unprotected. Yeah, now you're going to have to go watch the Cavs be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference Finals for the next 10 years in the NBA. The dream's dead. Donovan Mitchell is not going to play for the New York Knicks. RIP. Type RIP in the chat. RIP in the chat. Because the dream is dead. The Donovan Mitchell trade to the Knicks is absolutely dead. Type RIP in the chat right now. For so long we covered this story. For the past 3 months, every beat reporter from Shams to Woj to Bontemps to McMahon to Jake Fisher to Mark Stein to everybody that has a pulse that covers the NBA said that the New York Knicks will inevitably be the team that trades for Donovan Mitchell. And that is no longer going to happen. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report yesterday said, I can't envision a world where Donovan Mitchell is not a New York Knick. Well, Jake Fisher, wake the hell up, because this is reality. He ain't playing for the Knicks. This was the full trade, or this was the trade the Knicks offered last week to the Utah Jazz. Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and 2 unprotected picks, 3 protected. They said no. So the Knicks came back with R.J. Barrett and 2 unprotected first-round picks. And Danny Ainge said no. You're going to have to add Quickly, Toppin, or Quentin Grimes to get this deal done. He said no. I think this is what it would have taken for the Jazz to accept an offer. I think it would have took Fournier. I think it would have took Quentin Grimes. I think it would have took Obi Toppin. I think it would have took 3 unprotected and 2 protected picks. This is the trade that would have got it done. But I don't think Leon Rose ever offered this trade. I believe Leon Rose never, ever made an offer with more than 2 unprotected first-round picks. For the last time we'll do this on a channel here on Knicks Now, let's go out with a bang. Let's do it. Let's get the comment section flooded because it was fun, but it's over. We will never be able to do this on the show again. Type FDA in the comment section. One last time, let's have some fun with it. Type FDA in the comment section because Danny Ainge, you can go F yourself. This is why you subscribe to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, because when breaking news happens, we go live, even if it's the second time in one day. Hit that big red button, youtube.com/KnicksTV. We put out videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. With the season coming up, we're going to do live post-game shows. It's going to be a ball. Would have been a lot more fun if Mitchell was a Knick. But subscribe. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. Let's do it for Anthony Mason. Hit that big red button. News of the day. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was just this morning that Ian Begley reported that the Jazz have lowered their asking price from 4 unprotected picks to 3 unprotected picks. That should have been the green light for Leon Rose to strike while the iron is hot and make a trade. But he didn't, and now the Cleveland Cavaliers will have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen for a very long time. Be very good for the Eastern Conference. And you know what's going to suck? When the Knicks play the Cavs in the playoffs and Donovan Mitchell is giving you buckets in Madison Square Garden wearing a Cavs jersey. It's going to be one of the worst days of my life. This is what the roster is looking like, though, heading into the season. R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and Julius Randle. That's what I think the starting 5 will be. And then your bench unit will be Quickly, Rose, Reddish, Fournier, Toppin, Hartenstein, and Sims. I like this roster, but I like it a lot more if it had Donovan Mitchell. Now we will get to see Quentin Grimes and Obi Toppin hopefully flourish and become the superstars that we think they can be. They're going to get the minutes, and I'm cool with rolling with the kids this season, but for everybody that says the youth movement is on, it's just not true. Because there's no way that the Knicks have an idea to build with youth. You didn't hire Leon Rose to build it through youth. You hired Leon Rose to attract stars to the Mecca. And the only one he's delivered is his godson, and he probably had to tamper to get it done. It is time for Leon Rose to make a move that Knicks fans can be proud about. It's just not going to be Donovan Mitchell. I want to give a shout out to all of the real ones. We had 1,000 people watching live just a second ago. Get your Real One shirt today. Mine came in the mail, and I'll remember it. The day I got my Real One shirt was the day that Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Get your Real One shirt today, though. Chatsports.com/Real Knicks. That's chatsports.com/Real Knicks. The link is in the comments and description of the video. When you get your shirt, put it on. Take a picture of it. Send it to me on Twitter @MarshallGreen_, and we'll put it on the show. Let's look once again. And Coop, feel free to weigh in here. I'd love to get an outsider's perspective. This is the deal. Colin Sexton, a guy that the Cavs never had an intention of re-signing. Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, a 2025, 2027, and 2029 first-round pick that is unprotected, and 2 pick swaps. We're going to bring on producer Jeffrey Cooperstein. Coop, what do you think? Outside looking in. You got no dog in the race. What do you think?
What a steal by Cleveland. I mean, they gave up a guy that wasn't going to be there next year anyways, and they get Donovan Mitchell out of it, who I think is a top 20 player in the NBA. And they gave up 3 unprotected firsts, and I think that was the difference between the Knicks getting him and the Cavs getting him at the end of the day.
Yeah, everyone, I mean, Ian Begley reported the price dropped down from 4 unprotected to 3 unprotected. From all the reports we've heard, it didn't sound like the Leon Rose and the Knicks were going to budge by going more than 2 unprotected. And let's hope it pays off, right? Because I would never root for this fan base, this team to lose. I'm going to have to get behind this trade. I would have made the trade because this is a stars league and you win with stars, and Donovan Mitchell is that. 25 years old, 28 points per game in the playoffs, over 40 games. But at the end of the day, we got what we got now, and we got to roll with who we got to roll with. And it ain't just going to be with Donovan Mitchell anymore. It's unfortunate, but that's what we're doing. The Knicks got to roll with Barrett, Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, and Cam Reddish going forward. The youth movement is on for this year, but don't believe that going forever, because at some point the Knicks will have to consolidate assets. 11 players on their roster younger than 26, and 22 picks in the next 7 years. Math doesn't work out. All those people can't be on the roster. One more time, the trade is done. It's not going to happen. We're not going to be talking about Donovan Mitchell on the channel anymore. And honestly, I'm a little happy about it, but I am upset that he's not going to be on the Knicks. One more time, type RIP in the chat because the trade is officially done. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that big red button. Subscribe to New York Knicks Now. Video number 2 of the day, live show number 2 of the day. No matter where we are or what we're doing, when breaking Knicks news comes out, we get you guys a video. So hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 14,000 subscribers. Let's do it for Mace. Then shambles.
It sucks, man. I've been here as a Mavs fan who have failed year after year after year in the offseason. It's no fun.
My phone is on fire with how many people have texted me, and they are laughing, and this is the day where I'm just going to get bullied, it seems like. We got some super chats. Let's roll through those. Carlos, we for sure fighting for a play-in spot. I agree. This is a team right now. The Cavs just got better. We didn't get better today. And now the Cavs are going to be joined. Cavs, Heat, Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, and a healthy Nets team. And I'm a diehard Knicks fan. But those teams all on paper are better than what we got. And that's me being as objective as possible. I think we could fight for that 6th spot. But I think we're a play-in team right now. The East got better today. The Cavs got better. Frickin' sucks. Thank you for the super chat, Carlos. K. Singh says, Spido was Leon's guy, so if not him, then who? RJ ain't getting traded. RJ ain't getting traded. You're right, though. Leon Rose, his guy, was Donovan Mitchell, and he couldn't get it done. He wasn't willing to go as far as it took. He better hope it was the right move coming down in a couple of years, and we'll find out very soon if it is. $3 super chat for my guy John. Funny how Ainge didn't ask for Garland but asked for RJ. That's what I'm saying, man. The Cavs, they didn't trade their best player. They didn't trade their second best player. And they didn't trade first-round picks until 2025. It was 2025, 2027, 2029. Pretty crazy how this thing worked out. $5 super chat from AGW. Leon Rose was way too cocky, in my opinion. I tried to warn all my New York brothers that New York didn't have the leverage that they thought. You know what? We didn't. We did not. We did not. Rich Rob, my guy, talk some sense into me. Talk me off the ledge. MG didn't Ainge shoot himself in the foot here. Aren't Cavs first rounders going to be worse than our protected picks? Our deal was better. He wanted 3 unprotected. That was his goal. He got it from the Cavs. He didn't get it from the Knicks. I think Leon Rose shot himself in the foot. I'm going to just pour a couple out here because I need it. We're about to get into a mailbag, though. Let's get into a mailbag where #Knicks. I'll answer your guys' questions. If you have a question and you want to be on the show, #Knicks in the comment section. Let me know where you're at. If you got a question, #Knicks. If not, we don't have to do a mailbag. I don't really see any questions coming in. We got a few. Let's do a mailbag. I'd love to do a mailbag answering your guys' questions. Vibes says stop crying. Sean Hayes sends in a $5 super chat. We'll hit that super chat in the mailbag. I'm not in a good mood right now. But let's do it. #Knicks. If you have a question, ask it in the comments section. Just use some generic weigh-ins. Okay. Alrighty. Are they highlight cutting it? Okay. Alrighty. Well, if you were wondering, RJ Barrett's contract extension is official. So that's that. Let's do it. Let's get into a Knicks mailbag right now. If you have a question, #Knicks or super chat. All super chats get on the show. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're about to get into a mailbag where we answer subscribers' questions on the latest Knicks news and rumors. If you want to be featured on the show, 2-step process. You got to be a subscriber, so hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs for Mace. And if you're not a subscriber, what you got to do, step number 2, change that. Hit that big red button and join us when we go live. $5 super chat to get this one going for my guy Sean Hayes. It sounds like our deal was better unless 3 unprotecteds and 2 pick swaps equals 5 UPs in total. Who should have agreed to that and who would have? That's like Grimes and 5. I think the deal that would have got it done was Grimes, Obi, and 3 unprotected. I think that deal would have got it done. I don't think that deal was ever offered. We offered RJ and 2 unprotected. We offered Obi and Evan Fournier and 2 unprotected. But it sounded like Danny Ainge wanted 3. He got it, just not from the Knicks. Artuo, my guy, Utah got 13 first-round picks for Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. It's pretty wild when you think about it like that. A team that was, the 4th or 5th seed in the West last year, 5th seed in the West, ended up flipping 2 players for 13 first-round picks, as well as trading Royce O'Neal for a first-round pick. That's what Danny Ainge does. He comes in, he tears it down, and he wants to build it back up with his fingerprints on it. That's what he's going to be able to do with 13 first-round picks over the stretch of 5, 6, 7 years coming up. Trevin, appreciate the $5 super chat, my guy. Donovan would have made us only 10 games better. I'm good. Young guys will be better. Be better than who? Who are these young guys that are going to be better than Donovan Mitchell? I love these young guys. I think Grimes is great. I think Obi's great. I think Quickly's great. If one of them ever becomes close to Donovan Mitchell, I'll tell you I was wrong, but just hard to stomach that you had Donovan Mitchell within your grasp, a 25-year-old multi-time All-Star that's gotten out of the playoffs, so the first round 2 times, best player on a team with the best record in the NBA, 28 points per game in the playoffs, and he's just not going to be on the Knicks. The trade is dead. The Mitchell trade to the Knicks is dead. Type RIP in the chat because we're probably done talking about it on this channel, which kind of happy about. Dennis, do you think we go after OG Anunoby? He's been mentioned in some trade rumors, but it only sounded like he was going to be mentioned in those rumors if the Raptors were getting back Kevin Durant. The Raptors would trade OG, but it would only be to get a better player. They ain't trading him for picks and for players that are younger. The Raptors are trying to win right now with Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam. Like, they have a window to win, and trading OG for assets that makes them better in a couple of years doesn't make a lot of sense. I'd love to have OG, but he ain't getting traded to the Knicks. Carl, my guy, with this tragedy, do you think we can possibly get SGA from OKC? I think there's a higher chance that SGA is on the market than a guy like OG Anunoby. I think with Chet Holmgren being injured, maybe. But SGA shot like 30% from three. Do we really want to have a lineup where we have Mitchell Robinson, SGA, and RJ Barrett, as well as Julius Randle all on the court? That spacing would suck. Like, that's just the matter of the fact. If you can't shoot in this league and you don't got any shooters, it's hard to win games. And I love SGA. I like him as a true point guard. I don't necessarily like him as a two guard, though, especially when you're small forward and RJ and you have a center. Center can't shoot at all, and RJ last year shot 34% from three, and Julius Randle shot 31% from three. So, and I'm not really in the camp of adding someone that's not a shooter at this point. Monty, what up? He says, there will be other good trades available during the season. We could end up with a star. We better, because that's why Leon Rose was brought in, right? Leon Rose wasn't brought in to lead a youth movement. Leon Rose was brought in to be the guy that brings a superstar to the New York Knicks. And he had Danny Ainge and Danny Ainge and Donovan Mitchell on the table. And ultimately, we passed. We decided not to meet the required value to trade for Donovan Mitchell. And it looks like we're not going to have him. And we're probably going to have to play him in the Eastern Conference for years to come. This is why you subscribe to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, though. News happens. Rumors happen. We get you guys videos as soon as possible. We pride ourselves on audience interaction, Q&As like this, two-way conversation, not just me up here talking about the Knicks. I value your guys' opinion. So if you love the Knicks and you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube that does nothing but cover the New York Knicks, hit that big red button right now. Black Ghost Rider, let's go Knicks. I'm good with this either way it went. That is one way to look at it. I'm not pissed off that the trade didn't happen. I'm just so disappointed. Like when you mess up as a kid and you talk to your mom and dad and they're like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. That's how I feel. I'm disappointed because Donovan Mitchell in Madison Square Garden would have been a pretty damn cool thing to watch. Manny Jacks, get rid of Randall, play Obi and the young ones. If you could have got rid of Randall, you would have already done it, right? Like if there was a trade for Randall on the table, you would have already made it. The Knicks have said time and time again they're not going to just trade Julius Randle for nothing and just dump him. So Randall's going to be on this team. Your starting five, in my opinion, is going to be Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes at the 2, RJ Barrett at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson at the 5 with a very deep bench, which is a good and a bad thing. You got Quickly, you got Rose, you got Fournier, you got Reddish, you got Toppin, you got Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. It's 12 people. As we know, Tom Thibodeau likes to run 8-man rotations. I don't know. K Sings with a $2 super chat, my guy. I appreciate you. Love the channel, bro. Trade up in a draft, not RJ. Okay, I understand what you're saying right now. That's probably what the Knicks are going to try to do, right? Because if all the protected picks convey, I think the Knicks would have 4 first-round picks next year. You're not drafting 4 players. You'd have to use those picks to trade up. I'm just waiting for the next superstar to become available. Who is it? Who is the next guy? Because that guy, he better be a frickin' Knick. Juan Suarez, you need to relax. The deal would have required RJ. No, it wouldn't have. No, it wouldn't have. That's just not even true. I'm glad we kept our guys. Imagine if we beat Cavs with RJ banging. I don't think we're a better team than the Cavs right now. And I bleed orange and blue. But we're not better than Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. We're not better than that team right now. Can we beat them in a series? Yeah. Anything can happen in basketball, but we're not better than them right now. Shout out to Show. What else you doing with those picks? Great question. Because you're not drafting people. You have 11 players on this roster younger than 26. So you're not drafting all those players and keeping all the young guys. At some point, you will have to consolidate assets and make a trade for a superstar. I just don't know who that is. Someone's going to have to become available. It happens all the time. Donovan Mitchell became available. DeJounte Murray became available. Kevin Durant requested a trade. Someone will become available within the next days, weeks, and months. I just don't have a crystal ball to rub and find out who it is. I do want to give a shout out to the real ones for tuning in to the live show. Every single Knicks channel on YouTube is live right now, and we got over 500 people watching. So to you 500 people that could have went and watched any other New York Knicks stream, I appreciate you for rocking with us here at Knicks Now by Chat Sports. You could have went and watched CP the Franchise, The GOAT. You could have watched Knicks Film School. They're all live, but you guys chose to watch New York Knicks Now break this down. Shout out to you. If you're a real one, drop a real one in the comments right now. Charlie, get Michael Conley. Where's he going to play? You already have a point guard, and you already have Emmanuel Quickley, and you already have Derrick Rose, and he makes a lot of money. I have no interest in trading for Michael Conley, and I damn sure have no interest in doing business with Danny Ainge. Let's type FDA in the comment section. Eddie wins. Do you think the Knicks make a move during the season or nothing happens to next offseason? I think it just comes down to the fact of when a player will become available, because we have too many assets to sit on. You can't build a team with the amount of assets we have through the draft. There's just not enough minutes for all the young guys. At some point, they will make a trade for a superstar. If someone becomes available during the season, Eddie, I think the Knicks will pounce and make a trade for him. If it doesn't, I think they will make a move in next offseason. But a move is definitely going to happen one day for the New York Knicks for a star. FNG Gaming, Leon Rose sure inquires about Jalen Brown, huh? Jalen Brown ain't being traded from the Celtics, guys. The only way he was getting traded was in a trade for Kevin Durant. Jalen Brown ain't getting traded. Brad Stevens would never trade Jalen Brown. And what would the Knicks offer? If you're trading Jalen Brown, the only reason you're trading him is to get a better player. There's no one on our roster right now better than Jalen Brown. This desk is just going up. That was weird. I don't even know how to move this down right now. Here we go. Down button. All right, a little behind-the-scenes action. If you were wondering what that was rising, we are in a cut. We're probably 10 minutes in. Not a lot of people are watching. Marquise, my guy. Marshall Green, do you see Derrick Rose on the Lakers? And I've also subscribed to both the Knicks and Giants channel. That means you are a real one, my guy. And nah, Derrick Rose ain't getting traded. Tom Thibodeau wouldn't do that to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose wasn't even in the deal for Donovan Mitchell. And if I was the Jazz, I would have wanted Rose because he's $14 million on an expiring contract. This is the end of the mailbag. I appreciate everybody that's made New York Knicks Now a part of their day today. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that big red button because we're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. We're doing it for Mace. That was weird. Like the thing just started rising out of nowhere. If you can later. Oh my God. I just want to start drinking right now.
You already have.
Every $5 super chat that rolls in, the rest of the show equals a shot. Every $5 super chat that rolls in, the rest of the show equals a shot. I thought we'd be celebrating one day on Knicks Now where it's like, yes, we got him. We got him. But today it's, we didn't freaking get him. So I'm sad drinking. I thought it would be a happy drink, but right now it's a sad drink. Did some supers come in there? No? Are we all caught up on soups? I think I'm going to just take some shots then because you guys, for the super chatters, thank you to y'all. We have 500 people watching and 165 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Let's get to 200 likes right now. Hit that like button. Let's go. We get to 200 likes in the next 30 seconds. We'll take some shots. I need another one. Brian said he's smoking moon rocks. I wish I was with you. I could use a moon rocky. Wax rolled in keef with weed in the middle. I don't know, but I did. Hopefully we don't get banned. And then there's the green stuff in the middle. It's like bud and then like what and then, yeah. $5 super chats and we're drinking. Someone said 420 in the chat. We can do that as well. 181 likes. Let's get to 200 likes right now. Oh, man. $5 super chats equals a shot. If you have a question, ask it in the comments section. And we'll hit the news one more time. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Wow. I didn't think this was going to happen. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai, Agbaji, a 2025, a 2027, and a 2029 unprotected first-round picks. Comes with 2 swaps. And the Knicks are SOL because we're not going to get Donovan Mitchell. That's ridiculous. Knicks Galaxy, thank you. $5 super chat. This one's for you. And this one's for me because I need it. It's too kiddish sometimes for me. Oh, man. Donovan Mitchell. Bronx says Mitchell won't even be on the Cavs for 10 years. Well, he'd be 35 in 10 years. I don't even know if he'll be in the NBA by then. But he's going to be on the Cavs for the next 5-6 years. That's for sure. He is a free agent in 2025, but I have a feeling kind of like, the Paul George trade where it was like, even though it's actually the opposite of the Paul George trade, Coop. If I'm the Cavs, I'm not making this deal unless I am reassured that he is going to be re-signing, right? I mean, I understand he has 3 years left on the deal, so it's a little different situation, but you're not a attractive free agent destination if you're the Cavs, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Do you think you can try to win him over?
I don't think they made the deal with the guarantee that he was going to re-sign. I think they made the deal because he has 3 years left on the deal, and they have 3 years to convince him to re-sign.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't think they necessarily made the deal with, we need to get him to a 5-year Supermax right now. No, I don't think that was the case.
I feel that. It's officially Quentin Grimes season, if that's what we want to talk about, because. So I'm seeing this report right now, the Knicks' final trade offer. Let me see if it is accurate. Yeah, it's the same thing we reported of 2 unprotected first-round picks.
Motivational tap in the chat, Marsh says, it's Cam Reddish season, not Grimes. What do you say to that?
Cam Reddish season, where's he going to play? Is he going to play over Fournier? Is he going to play above Quentin Grimes? Is he going to play above quickly at the 2?
Here's my thing with Reddish, and we talked about this earlier. The idea of Cam Reddish is better than the actual Cam Reddish.
Yes.
He has not shown it yet.
On paper, he sounds like a number 1 player in a draft, right? 6'8", 6'9" wings, silky smooth, put it on the deck, left hand, right hand. He's had good stretches of basketball. That game against the Thunder, it was the game against the Clippers this year for the Knicks. He had 17 points, played really well, and he's shown flashes, right? Go back to 2021, the Eastern Conference Finals, where he had 13 points per game and shot a blistering 72% from downtown, right? No doubt Reddish has the talent. He has the potential. But at some point, you got to put it all together. And the fact of the matter is, this guy has never shot over 41% from the field. Check that. He's never shot over 40.2%, 41%, 41. Because, it's kind of a mix there between the top 2. That's the Hawks and the Knicks. That's a full season. But Like, I want Cam Reddish to be good, right? I need him to be good because I think he'd be a great 3 next to R.J. Barrett at the 2. It's just, is he ever going to be that guy? Is he ever going to be that guy? He wasn't at Duke like he thought he was supposed to be. He wasn't with the Hawks getting beat out by, what's his name, Hunter? Kevin Huerter and the other guy, the small forward from Virginia. R.J. Hunter. He got DeAndre Hunter. He got beat out by those guys. And he's not, wasn't he like the international guard? Georgia State. I like Cam. I don't want people to think I don't. I ain't going out on a limb for a guy that's been in the NBA for 3 seasons and hasn't shown me really anything besides a 3-game stretch in the Eastern Conference Finals that he's going to be a star. This is the deal. This is the deal we would not make right here. James, he says, sorry guys, but we have superstars in the making on this roster. I hope you're right, bro. I don't know, though. I don't know. If you haven't yet hit that big red button, I'm going to go see how many subs we got on the channel right now. We crossed over 13,000 subs this morning, and we're already at 13,114. So we've gained 130 subs today. That's dope. If you haven't yet hit that big red button. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am in shambles. Marvin says, I'm glad this is over now. I'm kind of glad it's over, but I wanted it to be over with Mitchell in the Knicks. I'm going to go through Twitter real quick. R.J. Barrett has braids now, so that's kind of cool.
Looks fresh.
It's kind of cool.
Alfredo in the chat says Grimes will average 15 to 17, 2 to 3 assists, and he rebounds and plays great defense. If Grimes averages 17 points a game next year, the Knicks are just thanking the gods and anything else you believe in.
I think realistically, Coop, and we can go 2-screen here and we can just chop it up. Quentin Grimes has to become like close to an all-star. You not doing this trade means that if Grimes does not become like a winning player that can average 13 points per game, be an elite defender, and shoot 40% from 3, like a Desmond Bane type of player, if he doesn't reach that magnitude, this trade, the Knicks lost.
Absolutely. You need Grimes to develop into an elite 2A player, and those are hard to find. But in order to justify not making this deal and bringing Donovan Mitchell in, you need not only him to take the next step, but you also need R.J. Barrett to take the next step. Yes, he had a great second half of the year last year, but you need him to do it consistently, and you need him to be a number 1 option because Jalen Brunson's not going to be a number 1 option. So you need someone who's going to put the ball in the bucket whenever you need the bucket.
I agree. And right now, like, I can't even think straight. This is brutal. Like, I didn't think today was the day. Someone asked me last night, when do you think a trade happens today? I said not tomorrow, and I was wrong.
I don't think anyone expected it. We all just put our hands to our head like, is this real?
How are we feeling? The poll says 1,200 of you guys have voted on the poll. I gave you 2 options. Are you happy or are you mad? And 58% of you guys said happy. How are we feeling in the chat? Mark says we're good. Dimitri said feeling like shit. Marvin said he's taking shots. I'm going to join you, Marvin. I need one.
I think I'm more surprised than anything, especially because
great word.
The Cavs came out of left field. No one was expecting the Cavs to be in the
Last
Mitchell
week, the report was the Cavs dropped out of the race, per Ian Begley.
What? Let's go back to 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when Donovan Mitchell, when the rumors first started that they were going to move him. It was the Knicks, it was the Heat, and who else? Basically those 2, right? And then the Cavs just come out of left field and make this deal, and it's a great deal for them.
You know what's crazy? We always talk about Woj being the best in the business, right? Woj on Monday night. The Jazz aren't seriously engaged anywhere else on a Mitchell deal now. He said that on Monday.
Look, in Woj's defense,
He might have been right.
could have been true. Maybe the Cavs called on Tuesday and said, look, let's get this done, man. And 48 hours later, here we are. It's possible. I mean,
It is, no doubt.
In the NBA, I feel like deals can be made over months. They can be made over days.
Minutes.
They can be made over minutes.
I
exactly.
agree. 100% right there with you, Coop. It's just crazy. Like, you would think that he would have had an inkling of info on this. He said no one was close. Do we want to do another mailbag? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys want to do another mailbag? If not, we don't have to do it. 540 people watching, 196 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Hit that like button. Let's go. You guys aren't even super chatting, and I'm drinking. So that's how you know that's how this live is going. I just need to get over this. I'm trying to forget about today. I'm supposed to do a Giants video later, but I don't know if I'm getting to that. Oh, my goodness. Brian says yeah, that's pretty cool, Brian. Alfredo says we can do better after these young guys develop, then get a superstar. Marvin says he's doing good. BX Mel says maybe Mitch focuses a trade. That's going to be a long way away if that ever happens. I'm done with Donovan Mitchell. I mean, yes, but I'm done with him. Like, I'm done with the Donovan Mitchell
You've moved on
sweepstakes.
from the idea of him being on the Knicks.
Yeah, at least not until 2025 when he's a free agent. Paul says I'm done. I'm done too. No advice, please, says I'm with you, Marshall. Plays Cry Me a River. Trey Mitchell says he definitely busted. Pause. Zay the Mayor says trade Randall and Fournier for who? Who's taking those two guys?
As a resident Dallas Mavericks fan, I would take Evan Fournier.
For what? What are we getting back?
Dwight Powell?
Dwight.
Josh Green? Davis Bertans?
We don't need any of those guys.
Just
putting some feelers in there. Oh, Jet Life for Life says I'm about to be done with the Knicks. 49 cents. I run NY says the only Mitch you losers should talk about is Robinson. Imagine being in the chat, watching two guys talk, and you're calling us losers. That's a bold statement. ABSV says, bro, I'm jumping ship. Don't do that. Knicks fans are loyal to the soil. You do not jump ship.
Here's the thing. There's no need to jump ship.
There's none.
The Knicks are still going to be a good
Nothing
team.
happened. We just didn't get him.
Exactly.
It's not like we traded R.J. Barrett for nothing.
The Knicks are still going to make the playoffs. Whether that's the
I
play-in
think so, too.
or the playoffs, they are going to be in it.
I think we make the playoffs too. I think we make the playoffs as well. I'm going to move over two listicles, a list 4 and a list 5. How are we feeling, guys? Because I'm pooped. This is Maine. Here we go. How are we feeling? Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know who I blame for this? David Stern. Because he rigged the lottery 3 times for the Cleveland Cavaliers after they lost LeBron James.
Okay. Pause. He also rigged it for the New York Knicks to get Patrick Ewing.
But anything that happens before 2000 is irrelevant.
Okay, got it.
Come on, you know he rigged it for the Cavs. How did they win it 3 times after they traded LeBron?
There is no question that happened.
We got a super chat menu for you guys because at this point, we're going to stay live to chop it up, but we are hogging up studio space here at Chat Sports. So we're going to have to keep things rolling. Every super chat equals a shout out, and we're doing a special. Every $5 super chat equals a fireball shot. Every $100 in supers equals 4 fireball shots, and every 100 likes equals a shot. So right now, we are at $65 in super chats, which means we are $34 away. Let's get to 100 bones. Let's go. I also want to give some love to the Super Chat Ring of Honor right here because these guys, they're the top dogs. Big L sent in a $115 Super Chat last night. Reggie Jones sent in a $110 Super. Jason B sent 101. My guy Jack from overseas sent in 100. And Charles Palmels also sent in a $100 Super Chat. 49 Cents I Run in New York says, I think this is the best show you did. I don't think so. I think I've done way better shows. But maybe I was being a little entertaining by being a little dramatic. That might have been entertaining. But it sucks. It sucks, man. I mean, I've gotten like 20 DMs. What's our next move? What's our next move? If I knew, it'd be out there in the streets. But there is no next move right now. This was the move.
I like the idea of OG Anunoby, man.
I do too, but why would the Raptors trade him?
Yeah, I don't think they would at the moment, but I do like that idea.
I think Giannis on the Knicks would be cool too.
Yeah, maybe Luka.
Yeah, hey, they've already been through 2 GMs and 2 head coaches, and they couldn't re-sign Brunson. Oh my gosh. Do you shift your focus to Brandon Ingram?
No, because the Pelicans are better, though. They're getting better. I don't think they want to trade him.
He's a free agent by 2025, unrestricted. I don't think they're trading him either. Is it Zion? Like, who are the next stars that could become available? I could see Joel Embiid maybe forcing his way out if they suck this year. If
Karl Anthony Towns?
He is a CAA member as well, CAA Mafia, but they just traded for Rudy Gobert, right? I don't know. Is it Devin Booker? Like, if the Suns stink this year if they take a step back, they realize their championship window passed 2 years ago, you have Chris Paul retire, you know what I'm saying?
Trey Green.
$50 Super Chat from Trey, my guy. That's my brother. We were talking on the phone last night, and Tyler Jones is a Thunder fan, and he just told me to hold this out. Yeah, I hope Chet Holmgren's foot gets better. Trey, I appreciate you. I needed these shots because that's what I need right now. This is ridiculous.
We owe 4 now, right?
That's a shot. That's a shot for the 50-piece. And we owe 4 more shots because we just crossed over $100 in Super Chats. Trey, appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Atlantic Lion. We owe 5 Super Chats now because, what did I say? Yeah, the liquor's not real, though. The liquor's not real. He says, I think this trade is more painful because of how unexpected it was. It was. It's like when you were in a fight and someone lands that left hook on you and you weren't expecting it. That's what happened. Atlantic Lion, I think this trade is more painful because of how unexpected it was, but I think we are still in a good place. FDA till the day I die. FDA till the day we die. No. It's what we need it to be. I'm going to take a couple of shots. Coop, my guy, Jeffrey Cooperstein, show Coop some love. Coop.
Shout out to all you Knicks fans. I'm sorry this happened to you today.
His dad was once a Knicks fan.
He was. My dad grew up a Knicks fan.
He probably feels a little pain today. Not a chance. All right. Let's turn this thing to a party.
Let's go.
Because at this point, we were sad. It's over. Dream is dead. But now it's time to party. Now it's time to party. I took a shot. You took a shot. And then I think 49 Cents just said this is the best show you've ever did. And now he's saying that iced tea is strong. Thing is, I don't like iced tea. If I was going to put like a fake thing in here, it'd probably be apple juice. But I don't think that's the color of apple juice, my guy. Oh, cool.
Let me tell you this, boss. It ain't fake.
It ain't. Have you watched the show? I mean, I literally forget it. I shouldn't even give that dude my time. Brian says, I don't like 49 Cent. FDA, real ones. Whoa. All righty. Let me see how that cut's doing. I bet it's not even doing that well because so many other channels are freaking live. Yeah. 191 and 16. Ain't that good. This will be like 10 of 10. Knicks Fan TV live with 4.8 thousand watching. It's a brutal situation here. Yeah, let's do that. We need people at work are trying to get into the studio. We'll do this for the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Any super chats that come in the next 2 minutes, we'll talk about those. We'll answer those. And if no supers come in the next 2 minutes, we're going to have to bounce on out of here. People are trying to get in the studio. Ty Clemens says, where's the love, Marsh? I'm sorry. I haven't had my eyes on the chat as much as I normally do, and it's just because we've kind of been working on the fly here, and I'm in shambles. Philip Moss says, how do you super chat? On the comment button, there's the little money sign under it. You just click the money sign, and you can select by a sliding ball of how much you want to super chat. Right where you commented, Philip, there's a money sign. Click on it and click the money you'd like to donate. All donations go to new hires. They go to me getting a raise. They go to being able to open more studio space, get more equipment, get more producers, grow the channel, more studio space. So if you're very willing, if you want to be a real one, you could super chat, support the show. We got 45 more seconds. If not, we're going to bounce on out of here because we got other stuff to do on today's docket. I got to get to a Giants video. Wolf Z, my guy. What up, brother? Johnson, you in the chat. Tina, Alfredo, Philip, Ty, Tricky Nicky, Atlantic. Yeah, type F 49 cents in the chat. Type F 49 cents in the chat. This guy's making fun of us. He's a Nets fan. F49 in the chat. F49 in the chat right now. I'll give a shout out to everybody that does. F49 in the chat. Trey, great question. He said, why do our trade offers always seem to leak? The Cavs trade came out of nowhere, not one rumor. Great question. I don't know. I feel like the Utah Jazz had the Athletic as their mouthpiece because all of the trade offers that were leaked came from the Athletic. That being Shams Charania and Tojo, Tony Jones. F49 from Frank. F49 from 49 cents. He's telling himself to go F himself. Jordan, Brian, Ty, Artuo, Gustavo, Ethan, Tricky Nicky, Atlantic Lion, Johnson, Brian. I appreciate everybody. 2 minutes is up. We're going to bounce on out of here. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/KnicksTV. I'm officially in shambles because the New York Knicks did not trade for Donovan Mitchell. He has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and now we don't have Donovan Mitchell. Talked about this for 90 days straight, pretty much. I learned how to write Donovan Mitchell trade rumors in so many different ways over these past 90 days. All righty. If you haven't yet subscribed, we're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. If any super chats come in, we'll make sure to get those to you guys, and we'll answer those if they come in a little bit later. But we're going to bounce on out of here. It's a sad day for the New York Knicks, but it is what it is.